listening to the IoT Forge News Digest. I'm your host Pavel Korshunov. It is Tuesday, July 8, 2025, and this is episode 13. Let's get started. Let's kick off today's episode with a quiet hero inside many Silicon Labs chips, the Peripheral Reflex System, or PRS. If you've only worked with Arduino class boards or even the ESP32, PRS might still be under your radar, but it has been shipping in EFM32 Geeko part for well over a decade and keeps getting better with every MCU generation. The newest Series 2 devices even add logic functions and asynchronous channels that stay alive down to the EM3 deep sleep mode. So what problem does PRS solve? Imagine a classic microcontroller that must notice a rising edge on a GPIO pin. An interrupt fires, then the CPU wakes, services the interrupt service routine, maybe kicks the analog to digital converter, then goes back to sleep. Do that a few dozen times per second and your battery pays the bill. PRS rewires that workflow. It's a hardware event matrix. The GPIO producer can be cabled directly to the ADC consumer. The core stays in deep sleep while peripherals gossips among themselves in hardware. Latency drops to single-digit microseconds. Energy drops because the core never steers, and your firmware stays linear. Fewer routines, fewer state machines. What I specifically like is instant reaction. Events propagate in hardware, so there is no scheduled jitter, and deterministic timing, perfect for real-time motor control or sensor capture where maybe later just won't do. Let's tie it to a real-world example. Silicon Labs' own training labs show a temperature sensor on I2C whose data-ready lines triggers the PRS, which then start pull to the IADC, whose conversion-done output toggles an OLED pixel, all without a single line of interrupt service routine code. The core only wakes when you actually need to process a finished frame, not for every beat bang on the bus. If your next wearable, wireless sensor, or ultra-low power widget needs to wake up fast, live long, and ship cheap, PRS is a secret sauce already baked into every modern Silicon Lab EFM32 if R32 part. Before you add another supervisor MCU or sprinkle DMA plus IRCR spaghetti all over your codebase, ask yourself a simpler question. Can I let the peripherals talk behind the CPU's back? If the answer is yes, unleash PRS and let your firmware catch some well-earned sleep. But sensing is only half the story. To make use of the data, you often need a way to transmit it, especially if the microcontroller lacks wireless capabilities. That's where Radio Model 2, recently introduced by Raspberry Pi, comes into play, and it costs only $4. Every Raspberry Pi board, starting with Model 3B Plus, has included a similar component as an onboard module. This helped the Foundation avoid redundant viral certification, saving tens of thousands of dollars per product revision. Now, the same certified module is available as a standalone part, ready to be installed in your own designs. It includes a PCB antenna, low noise amplifier, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, and theoretical speeds up to 96 megabit per second, all packed into pre-certified, easy-to-integrate module. Its compact size and ease of integration make it suitable both for prototyping and for mass production. Most importantly, it's a pre-certified device, which has major advantages when bringing a product to the market. But if your project requires cellular communication and perhaps global navigation as well, that's where Volta comes into play. It is 18 times more expensive, yes, but it also offers unmatched advantages. Walter is not just a combination of CPU and radio module. Everything is integrated on a single board. An ESP32S3, a 5G ready cellular modem, compact size, low power consumption, and most importantly, full certification. Just pop in a SIM card and you got a ready-to-deploy device for industrial IoT, asset tracking, environmental monitoring, or remote infrastructure. Anywhere you have cellular coverage. Great! Our end devices are ready. Now it's time to talk about the interface for managing them and displaying their values. And for that, Home Assistant 2025.7 is a perfect match. The updated dashboard panels are now even better optimized for tablet use, with large touch targets and responsive layout for efficient interaction with your smart home. Print a sturdy wall mount for your old iPad and voila! A full-fledged control center. Everything you need at a glance with no scrolling. Home Assistant's voice assistant has taken a major leap forward. Until now, Assist was transactional. You gave a command, it replied or acted, and that was it. With the latest update, Assist became truly conversational. You can now build custom voice dialogues right in the automation editor. Assist can ask you a question, wait for a response, and act based on what you say. For example, you can have Home Assistant ask, "Should I close the blinds now?" and respond accordingly. Developers have even released a ready-made blueprint for the most common type of interaction, a yes-no question. And it understands over 50 different ways to say yes or no, including phrases like "make it so" and "let's not." All of this runs 100% locally, with no cloud dependency, meaning it's fast and private. What's more, Home Assistant pre-trains its speech recognition engine on these possible answers for maximum accuracy. This is a major milestone. Your smart home doesn't just react, it talks with you. We are moving beyond basic commands into the era of true dialogues. Another big win in version 2025.7: integration sub-entries. I've already put this to use. Just yesterday, I added a couple of new soil moisture sensors for our houseplants. Instead of writing YAML configuration for MQTT, I simply added them via the interface. Now each integration holds your credentials and settings, and the sub-entries let you configure individual devices or services under the umbrella, clean and modular. If you are using Home Assistant, don't forget to update and support the project if you can. It keeps getting better and smarter, just like your home. And that's a wrap for episode 13. As always, if you are learning something new, send to your fellow thinker or engineer. That's how we grow the community. All sources are linked in the description. Thanks for being part of the IoT Forge. See you in 2 weeks.